to do the necessary. Good afternoon everyone and welcome to this meeting of the Employment Panel. No emergency drills are planned. Should the alarm sound, please leave by the nearest available exit and assemble at the designated point in the car park. Please can I ask the technical support to confirm the live stream has been started. Thank you very much. The agenda papers and other relevant information for this meeting are available for public viewing on the Herefordshire Council website. The Council is streaming this meeting live on the Herefordshire Council YouTube channel and also making an official recording. The recording forms part of the public record of the meeting and will be available via the Council's website shortly after the meeting has concluded. Please remember what you say and do in this meeting has a global reach and your words and actions should be chosen carefully. To ensure that recording quality is maintained, please keep background noise to a minimum and please ensure that mobile phones and other devices are turned to silent. We do have a quorum of members in the room today as well as officers of the Council. Particular welcome to Simon McCann, New Democratic Services Officer. His first full meeting, I think, so welcome Simon. I'll now formally open the meeting. The first item is apologies for absence, and I have received apologies from Councillor James. Everybody else is present. No need for substitutions. So item 3, declarations of interest. This is to receive declarations of interest in respect of Schedule 1, Schedule 2 or other interest from members of the panel in respect of items on the agenda. Are there any Schedule 1 or Schedule 2 or other interestable items on the agenda today? I see none, thank you. Minutes, item 4, to approve and sign the minutes of the meeting held on the 17th of January this year. Only matters of accuracy may be discussed. No matters of accuracy have been notified, so would panel members please confirm their content that the minutes be approved as an accurate record. A show of hands, please. Thank you. There are no questions from members of the public and no questions from councillors, so we'll move to the substantive item, which is to agree the recruitment process for the Director of Governance and Law and make a recommendation to full council for the designation of monitoring officer. I'll ask Tracy Sampson, Director of Human Resources and Organisational Development, to introduce this topic. Thank you.
Thank you, Leader. The Council's Director of Governance and Law leaves the Council on the 20th of March. This report sets out a proposal to recruit to that post and for managing the designation of monitoring officer. Having recently had a fresh look at the role and how it functions, it's proposed to recruit to the post on a like-for-like basis. Shortlisting and interviewing for this post is reserved to Employment Panel in the Council's Constitution, which is why this proposal is being discussed here today. Recruiting good candidates for this role will be challenging and the recruitment market is particularly difficult at the moment, which is why relying on a national advert to attract candidates is not likely to be successful, and the report therefore recommends that we employ a specialist agency to headhunt a field of candidates. In the report I've included an indicative timetable, but I just want to mention that that is indicative and may change. We will aim to balance the need to fill this post at pace, but also not moving so quickly that we don't give sufficient time for a decent search. Whichever agency we will engage will have a view of our timetable, and that's the point at which we can confirm the timescales. It won't be possible, however, to recruit permanently to this post before the current post holder leaves, and the Chief Executive intends to search for an interim agency person to cover for the Director of Governance and Law in the interim gap. We hope that cover should be in place from mid-March, and until that post is filled permanently, Employment Panel are asked to recommend to full council that the post of Interim Director of Governance and Law is designated as Monitoring Officer from the 21st of March 2022. Thank you.
Thank you, Tracy. I suppose the first question is, are we satisfied that the existing structure is the one we want to replicate at the moment, or whether there are other opportunities? Has that been examined to see whether we should perhaps be doing something else? I don't know whether the Chief Executive wanted to comment on that at all with his experience from other councils.
Yeah, thank you, Chairman. I'm happy to comment. I mean, think to be fair, it's only in recent months where we've kind of had the opportunity to review the senior management structure at director level, and we've done that successfully out to recruitment to complete the appointment of the 3 corporate directors, which will be, senior corporate directors across the council. Within the corporate centre, at the time we considered alternative options to having directors of legal services and governance, director of HR and organisational development, and a director of finance and assurance, all of which have a direct report in line to me as chief executive. I thought it was an unnecessary additional layer to adopt a structure which other authorities do, where they have a corporate director of corporate resources. We've got some very capable directors in those roles, and I'm sure we'll be successful in appointing similarly again. So I think that the basis for that structure and those decisions at the time remains the same at director level.
Thank you. I don't know whether any panel members have any questions along the lines of whether this is the appropriate structure or have something else. Councillor Harvey.
Yes, thank you, Chair. I mean, I'd just like to say that from my point of view, I think it's a strength that we have our head of law and governance, with the role of the section of the monitoring officer in the same post. I think it's an important coming together of responsibilities, and I know that previously we have at times considered whether sharing the monitoring officer role with another authority is something that would work for us, and I'm glad that we decided not to do that, and to keep those responsibilities together in the role for a single person, and I think that is good for us. I think it's helpful for the individual to have that oversight and also that statutory responsibility, and for that person to be reporting direct to the chief executive rather than to another layer of management. I think that's an important and strong thing for us as a local authority, that there is no layer of management in between the chief executive and the statutory officer.
I echo those thoughts.
Thank you, Councillor Johnson.
Feel the same.
Okay. Any other questions, thoughts? I think we wish you the best of good fortune in getting a new candidate, several candidates actually.
Thank you.
As we all know, this is a wonderful place to live and work. So anybody who's listening out there wants to apply for this wonderful job in this wonderful place. We're a council on the move. We're doing things differently. We're open. We're open for business, and welcome to Herefordshire.
Thank you.
So,
Could I ask, Chairman, if Tracy has had or has identified the specialist agents that we may use?
I haven't signed a contract with a specialist agency yet. I have quotes and I have an idea, but if you don't mind, Councillor, I'd rather not mention who that is in a public meeting, if that's okay.
No, I didn't want detail. I just wanted to know if the groundwork had been done.
Yes.
And clearly it has.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
okay, so the first recommendation is that recruitment for the Director of Governance and Law is initiated in line with the estimated timescales set out in paragraph 8 below. Secondly, the employment panel endorses the recruitment plan and delegates long listing to the Chief Executive and Director of Human Resources and Organisational Development. And thirdly, the employment panel recommends to full council that the post of Interim Director of Governance and Law is designated as Monitoring Officer from the 21st of March 2022. So all those in favour? Thank you, that is unanimous. So I'll now close the meeting. Thank you for everyone for attending. For technical support, please confirm that the live stream recording has stopped.